What's up everyone? Welcome to my channel again. Well, it's been a very long time I didn't upload any video because I have some problem with my camera. And if you still remember, I made a video about the bad side of Proton Persona. And it makes a lot of people thinking that I hate Proton Persona. Well, in fact, I love Proton Persona. It's just that there is some bad things about Proton Persona. But then today, I'm going to talk about the good side of Proton Persona. Before we start today's video, click that subscribe button so that you won't watch the bad side of Persona and miss the good side of Persona. Now first is a new improved engine. The Persona used a new Cam Pro VVT engine. Well, the cam is not pro. It is not like Honda VTEC, Proton CPS or Toyota VVT-iL. The cam is not pro, but it has a VVT module. Apart from that, the whole engine, the internal, are different. It has different piston, different valve, different internals, and hence the friction reduced a lot. Indirectly, improve the fuel economy and the power of the car. Next is the transmission. While for the manual variant, it doesn't change much. It's still the same 5-speed. It doesn't have the new 6-speed manual or 7-speed. But for automatic, it has a new CVT 2 Plus firmware. It is not as good as Honda CVT, but it improved a lot since the first generation CVT. Next is the handling. The handling of Proton Persona is very good. If you can brake and release the brake in a perfect timing, you can actually push your car to a very high speed in a corner. Next is the stability. Although Proton Persona is just a B segment car, the car is very stable, even on the highway. I once reached a speed of 140 on the highway without any notice, with only one hand on the wheel. Consider that I'm a person that drives with one hand, and if I feel even a little bit of unstable, I'll drive with two hands. It's like driving kanchi at the speed of 70, I'll use two hands to drive. I'm that kind of person, but I still can drive with one hand and reach the speed of 140. And it proved that Proton Persona can at least drive 140 on the highway without any unstable. Although it's not recommended to do that because our highway geography, road surface are not designed to driving that fast, and our speed limit is only 110. Besides that, the steering wheel also become heavier when you drive on higher speed. You can test by putting one hand on top of the steering wheel and try to push to a side. It requires less force when you're driving low speed, but it requires a lot of force when you are in a highway driving 110. So the stiffening of the steering also contributes to the stability of the car. Next is the safety. Proton Persona have all the basic safety features like ABS, ESC, BA on even the lowest variant. Besides that, Proton Persona also have a rigid body framework. The body frame is made out of hot pressed metal. Well, if you study engineer, you know any modified metal is always stronger than a regular sheet metal. Although a rigid body is very common in imports car, but there's still a lot of cars don't have a rigid body. For example, like latest Proton IV. Next is the aircon. Among all the cars I ever sat, Proton has the best aircon. It is very cold. It is so cold to the point that you can actually pet a polar bear or a penguin inside a Proton. Talking about the interior, the design language isn't that attractive, but it doesn't look bad, and it doesn't look low spec. It is not like other brand. It doesn't have obvious blank button, and it doesn't purposely design a low spec car to look horrible, to brainwash you to buy a high spec. The front seat of Proton Persona is very comfort as well. It has a semi-bucket seat to hug you all the time. If you are too fat, then I don't know lah. The semi-bucket seat hug you very well, and the armrest on the door panel is very comfort. Although I don't know what's the point of rest your dominant hand and left your left hand on the steering and shift your gear. Besides that, the steering feel is very nice. It has a bulk on 2 and a 10 position, and the bulk is just perfect for a car which have a signal on the wrong side of the steering. So you just put your right hand on the bulk and your left hand do all the work, and you won't be confused and accidentally hit the wiper as your signal. Next is the boot space. Proton sacrificed some of the cabin space for a very big boot space. The boot space is so big that you can actually kidnap 3 person, put your luggage on the boot, and still seat 5 people in the front. So there you have it, the good side of Proton Persona. And of course there's still a lot of good side, like a minimal blind spot and improved electronic system. In fact, the power window don't have any issues now. I hope you find this video informative. Press the thumbs up and share it to your friends. Comment whatever you like, and do subscribe to me if you haven't, and I'll see you in the next video.